money all day. All I do is work, all I do is get paid, yeah. All I do is work, all I do is work. All I do is work, all I do is get paid, yeah. All I do is work, all I do is work. All I do is work.
Mayor, your guest from Future Tech has arrived.
I have to say, we are very excited to have Future Tech in Chandler. We keep hearing about all the great things that you guys do.
I appreciate that. I want to show you the latest piece of software that's going to revolutionize tourism technology. Imagine what it would be like to experience Chandler, not just to live there, but to work there and to play there. And the best part is, you don't have to leave the comfort of your own home. This is the Chandler 360 experience. This is the latest in virtual reality technology. And I think we've articulated Chandler quite beautifully. And of course, we've added a couple of special touches.
Oh, wow, this is cool.
Beautiful Chandler, Arizona with 365 days of virtual sunshine. Unless you're like most Arizonans and you prefer a little bit of rain.
No, sun is good.
Okay then. Well, let's get you out there. One of the best things about the Chandler 360 experience is our up-to-date layout of the downtown. For example, I'm going to take you to one of our newest establishments, Flick's Brew House. And keep your eyes open, there's special facts planted throughout the game.
In a world, one man
I know him.
will embark on a journey.
We've added some ways to earn special points, including spotting city officials. Council members are worth 500 points, and the mayor is worth 1,000 points.
Some secrets won't stay buried. This summer,
I think I want
experience
something
the
healthy.
magic
Let's go for the bacon-wrapped stuffed jalapenos.
based on a true story.
Careful, Mayor. Don't spend too much money, or I'm going to have to send you to work.
Wow, I'm at Gorman. Hey, what's that floating blue thing?
Oh, what luck. You must have run into one of our speed orbs. You're definitely going to want to grab that, especially while you're at work. Grab it!
Wow. Whoa.
Ah, nice. Looks like you found a bonus. You know, if you're going to go around starting fires, it's probably best if you know how to put them out. Got some rather unfortunate news. You've been fired from Garmin on your first day. It's okay. I've got the perfect thing to help you blow off some steam.
The graphics are amazing on these.
Yeah, you can almost feel that breeze, can't you?
Whoa, I don't want to hit one of those again.
Careful, Mayor, you don't want to crash in this game. Trust me.
All right, 500 points for me. But David, where do you go to relax in this place?
I have just the spot. Cool, right? You haven't seen anything yet. Go ahead, jump in.
Sunsets in Chandler are the best. Whoa, that was strange.
If you're looking for something really weird, I have just the thing.
Hello, I hope you're enjoying our museum. Isn't this great? That was weird.
Well, Mayor, what did you think?
Well, Dave, for those of us who live, work, and play in Chandler, reality is better.
Experience the magic for yourself. Grab your 360 VR glasses located under your seat and enjoy this year's virtual State of the City address with Mayor Kevin Artke.
All right, how many of you looked under your seat? Well, instead of a virtual experience, tonight you get the real deal as we talk about where Chandler is and where Chandler is going. I do want to thank our communications department for putting that video together. We had a little fun with virtual Chandler, and in reality, we really do have much, much more to offer. I am very passionate about Chandler. It's a special place made up of talented people, successful companies, and unique experiences. And I'll highlight some of these examples tonight as we talk about our community. And while we're not planning the virtual experience demonstrated by Future Tech, new tourism branding and marketing initiatives this year will encourage business travelers and visitors to explore our community firsthand. So on behalf of our City Council and our staff, I certainly appreciate that you are here tonight for my first State of the City address of Mayor of this great community. So I'd like to start off with some introductions. First, I'd like to introduce our Chandler City Council, but please hold your applause until we've introduced them all. We have Vice Mayor Terry Rowe, Councilmember Sam Vuong, Councilmember Renee Lopez, Councilmember Jeremy McClymans, Councilmember Matt Orlando, and Councilmember Mark Stewart. And we're honored tonight to have one of our U.S. senators, Senator Martha McSally, join us tonight. Senator, would you like to come up and please say a few words?
Oh, well, thanks, Kevin. How do you like the bow tie, huh? He's looking good. It's really great to be with you tonight. I was thinking back. I first came to this community about 29 years ago to attend pilot training at Williams Air Force Base. And so just being in this community and really falling in love with Arizona, it actually happened here in the East Valley back while I was a lieutenant. It's amazing to see what's happened in the years since then. And I'm really excited to see and hear all that's going to continue to happen and the potential that we have, becoming really a high-tech hub, attracting so many more companies and jobs here, and there's just so much more that can be done. It's been great to get to know your mayor, Kevin, over the last year or so, continuing to build a partnership with you, and I look forward to continuing to partner with you in Washington, D.C. on behalf of Chandler and your entire amazing community. So God bless you, and it's really great to be here today.
Thank you. Now I would like to give everybody a minute, but we're going to be here for 2 hours if we do that because we have so many awesome people in our community. But I would like to recognize some other elected officials that have joined us tonight from around the valley. So when I call your name, please stand to be recognized. And again, we'll do a big applause for each group of these folks. But before I talk about introducing some of the other leaders in our community, I've had the privilege and opportunity over the last year to visit every State of the City address in the East Valley, from Maricopa to Queen Creek and north to Scottsdale and Phoenix and everything in between. I went not to be a spy, to see what we can do, although we're always looking for ideas to make our cities better, but to celebrate what else is going on in our great community. And I want to say, we have some fantastic communities in the East Valley. And tonight, we're going to talk about Chandler, but I'm really excited that we have such great cities that are alongside of us when we talk about regional transportation and water and other great issues that involve us all. So let me start with some other group invitations. Senator Sean Bowie, Senator J.D. Mesnard, Representative Jeff Weniger, Representative Jennifer Pollack, Queen Creek Mayor Gail Borney, and Queen Creek Vice Mayor Robin Benning, Apache Junction Council Member Krista Rizzi, the rain, it's the rain, I tell you, and Fort McDowell Yavapai Nation President Bernadine Burnett. We also have in this group several of our Chandler, Arizona Water Conservation District, CAP. Of the Board of Directors, we have Alexa Arboleda and Jennifer Brown. And I hope Ben Graff was able to make it. He too was running a little bit late. Let's give them a round of applause. And we have some other great former city officials and city stakeholders in the audience as well. And again, please hold your applause until we announce them all. I don't know if Mayor Tibsherini was able to make it here tonight. I don't see him. I heard he was running late. But we do have former Mayor Boyd Dunn with us. All right, you guys aren't holding your applause. That's okay. Former Council Member Nora Ellen, former Council Member Rick Heumann, I should have also said Corporation Commission Director Boyd Dunn. Okay. At times, that's not a pleasant thing. We also have many of our city employees here tonight, along with our city manager, Marcia Reed, as well. If you have served or currently serve on a board or commission, past or present, please stand and let us acknowledge you. We have a few other special relationships that I want to acknowledge that do make Chandler such an amazing city. With Dr. Greg Peterson from Chandler Gilbert Community College, as well as many from our Chandler Unified School District and Superintendent Camille Castile, and Chamber of Commerce board members and President Terry Kimball. Would you all please stand and be acknowledged? All right, the next is the other category. So if we didn't know you were here and you were an elected official or dignitary, to me you're all dignitaries, but if you are an elected official or serve in some capacity, if you would please stand that we could also acknowledge you. Thank you. And I would be remiss if I did not recognize my family. I have my beautiful wife of 37 years, Lynn Hartke. My beautiful daughter, Caitlin, and son, Zach, and daughter-in-law, Sarah Hartke. And my brother and sister-in-law, Dan and Renee Roars, who are Chandler residents, are also here with us. My second cousin, Thank you all for coming out tonight. And I do want to give a shout out to those who are also joining us via Facebook Live tonight. All right, let's get down to business. I would like to start about our efforts to attract businesses and be fiscally responsible as a city. Chandler is one of the hottest markets in the region today for spec office and industrial construction. Office and industrial development are booming with nearly 1.2 million square feet under construction this year. And that's on top of the nearly 900,000 square feet completed in 2018. Together, that's more than 2 million square feet in our community that has been added to the market. It's pretty amazing. I want to thank the many companies in office and industrial development community for creating these employment centers. We're grateful for your continued confidence and investment in our community. In 2018, nearly 7,000 jobs were added and $180 million was invested in our community through business attraction and expansion efforts. No, that doesn't include Intel. We'll get to them. But Chandler tied for the largest job announcement in the greater Phoenix area when Allstate chose to bring 2,500 jobs to our community. And of the top 10 announcements in the region, 35% of those jobs belong to Chandler projects. Truly, Chandler is a jobs juggernaut. And as I mentioned Intel continues its investments of billions of dollars in Chandler to build out its fab facilities and create the technology of the future. And as our largest employer, Intel is critical to our local economy and produces a phenomenal economic multiplier through jobs and supportive suppliers and service industries in our community as well. Key industries and employers continue to grow in Chandler and diversify. We have companies like Allstate, Bridgepoint Education, Northrop Grumman, and Wells Fargo that are creating the largest number of jobs by locating and expanding their operations right here in Chandler. Dignity Health expanded its healthcare facilities with the new tower at the Chandler Regional Medical Center. And Banner Health has started construction of a new community hospital. And just last week, Voya Financial announced they're starting a regional hub on the Price Corridor, and they plan to employ more than 1,000 jobs in our community as well. We're also seeing many mid-size and small businesses adding jobs. Councilmember Jeremy McClymans has and continues to be a cheerleader, well, for lots of things, but also for small and mid-sized businesses. But through our business incubation and development programs, we're helping early-stage companies and individuals advance their ideas into profitable businesses. Our business incubator serves 40 clients, with several generating revenue and preparing to graduate. And yesterday, as part of the Phoenix East Valley Entrepreneur Weekend, we relaunched the ASU Chandler Innovation Center, reopening what was formerly known as Tech Shop. We want to thank ASU for their continued investment in Chandler. At that event, we had a wall in which people were putting up sticky notes for wanting to name the new facility. I just asked, let's put Chandler in the name. Our first Angel Investor Workshop series, the Starter Connection Weekends, and Small Business Development Workshops have attracted hundreds of attendees to Chandler as well. And I also want to thank Councilmember Stewart for your work with our startup community. We've eased the process of conducting business in our city, making it easier to acquire permits, submit development plans, and get expedited reviews. Job creation, employment, development, and investments by the business community have made Chandler an economic powerhouse in our region. The foundation for all this success has been laid by many people and past councils with shared vision, fiscal discipline, and wise investment. I want to thank all of our past leaders, many that are here, that have helped get us to where we are today. Our current City Council is committed to building upon the foundation and staying true to the principles that have made Chandler successful. We are one of only a few cities in the entire nation that are structurally balanced, with a structurally balanced budget, and that have a triple bond A rating from all three agencies. We use one-time revenues, like money generated from the construction of office and industrial spaces, for one-time expenses. We maintain healthy fiscal reserves to weather economic storms, develop responsibly, and take care of our financial obligations. In other words, Chandler is rock solid. In the 2018 Citizen Budget Survey, the city received a 97% satisfaction rating in overall city services, a 96% satisfaction rating in a good return for the tax dollars category, and a 96% return on the satisfaction rating of overall quality of life in our community. These are excellent ratings, and I want to commend our staff for the delivery of outstanding public services. A big discussion that goes on at our state level is going on around water these days. And I want our businesses and residents to know that we've made wise policy decisions and infrastructure investments to serve Chandler now and for multiple generations. And we will continue to preserve and protect our water resources. We've upgraded our water treatment capacity, our water distribution infrastructure, and transportation networks. And in the process of these efforts, we have earned several Best Projects of the Year awards. I do want to thank Governor Ducey, our state senators and legislators, for passing the drought contingency plan and listening to us and other stakeholders involved. I know that there's a lot more work to do with this, but I thank you for the work that you've done to get us where we are. I also want to thank Councilmember Lopez. He's passionate about making sure that Chandler maintains our adequate water supplies today and in the long term. And we're preparing for the future in other areas as well. We have agreements for wireless cellular network upgrades, use of fiber optics, and city conduit. Our transportation and airport master plans are being updated this year to evaluate future investments in these areas. And we are also, as I like to say, the epicenter of autonomous vehicle development, with companies like Intel and Waymo shaping the future of transportation. Did anyone see the Waymo vehicle outside on your way in here? That's pretty cool, isn't it? I've had the opportunity to ride in that, and I look forward to future opportunities. And tonight, I want to thank Waymo for being a great partner, as well as being here tonight. Our Chandler residents are the first in the nation to ride in fully autonomous vehicles, and we are the first to adopt a zoning ordinance for autonomous vehicles and ride-sharing services. More Chandler companies are developing the technology components and software that support autonomous vehicles. I think the last I checked, there was 5, 6, or 7, and I didn't list them because I was afraid I would miss one. But I do intend to engage both regionally and nationally in the conversation and policy enactment of advanced vehicle technology. We believe that Chandler needs to be at the table. Chandler is also a great destination. People want to live and work here. And as a community, we know that build-out is approaching. We've only got about 12% of our land available for development, and that land is at a premium. Much of this land already has designated uses for employment, commercial, and residential. Well, we will continue to work with our residents, our landowners, and the development community as projects are considered as we continue to build out. Chandler does continue to evolve into a modern urban center. Our downtown is one area experiencing this development, activity, and investment. It's a hip and historic place for people to live, work, and play. I like to call it hip-storic. I promised my daughter at least something to roll her eyes at and groan. Overstreet in our downtown Chandler has sparked excitement, like I said, in downtown. Flick's Brewhouse is open and will soon be joined by office uses and restaurants. I want to thank LGE, the developers of Overstreet and Flick's Brewhouse, for their investment. And soon we will be making an announcement, I'm not going to make it tonight, for that office use on top of that. We're excited to unveil some more uses in downtown Chandler. Progress has continued with the construction in another area of downtown, New Square, directly across from City Hall, that will create highly desired office space, a new hotel, and commercial spaces right across from City Hall. I'm grateful to Spike Lawrence and his team for turning their unique vision into a real amenity for our community. Speaking of downtown, we owe a huge thank you to our Downtown Chandler Community Partnership, the property owners there, and the merchants. And I want to thank Vice Mayor Rowe for his not only being a great fisherman, as we saw, but also for his support of downtown Chandler. And while we're talking about downtown Chandler, I have to mention my favorite amenity, free parking. Tonight, we're going to debut our latest video highlighting some of the latest and greatest things happening in downtown. There is a lot going on. Let's take a look. Now I would like to shift our focus to safety and care of our community. Chandler has been recognized as not only just this year, but previous years as well, as one of the safest cities in all of America. Serious crime fell more than 6% last year. 6%! And that's on top of already low crime years. And the International Association of Chiefs of Police recognized Chandler with the Leadership in Crime Prevention Award. And our police chief, Sean Duggan, was also recognized last month by his Arizona peers as Chief of the Year. Here's a couple other notable highlights from the Safety Department. We had 5,000 criminal cases prosecuted by our law department, and about the same number of residents were helped to navigate the criminal justice system. Our courts participated in programs to help veterans and mental health offenders. We implemented text to 911 and non-emergency systems for hearing impaired residents. And we opened our last planned fire station number 11. The Insurance Safety Organization rated Chandler's fire suppression capacities in the top 1% of communities nationwide, and our fire department earned the highest ratings of excellence from the American Heart Association for the care of cardiovascular patients. Training our emergency responders is a top priority. We made significant investments in the state-of-the-art facilities and opened the first phase of our Public Safety Training Center, where this provides real-world training experiences for our police and fire departments. The second phase is under construction. It's going to add a fire range and several multi-purpose buildings. I do want to take a moment to recognize the care and compassion provided to residents who are in the midst of traumatic events. Our Family Advocacy Center at Police Headquarters has been remodeled to provide comprehensive care and investigative services to victims of crime. The Police Department's Victims Services Unit and family crime detectives help residents. They help them by dealing with emotions and trauma associated with being victims and witnesses of crime, and in recovery, and they assist with navigating the criminal justice system. And their newest member, Annie, where's Annie? Is adorable and is here with us tonight. So I want to ask Annie and the members of our Victim Services Unit and Family Crime Detectives to please stand and be recognized. We could bring her up on stage, but it would begin to suspiciously look like one of those Thanksgiving dog shows that we watch. Chandler is a safe community as well, not just because of the dedicated people working in public safety, but also because of, here we go, there she is. Hi, Annie. Hi. How are you? Yeah? Oh, so many people. She is gorgeous. Thank you, Annie. I think Annie is what, 6 months old, is what I heard? Nice. Well, Chandler is a safe community, not just because of Annie, our public safety and support, but also because of support from our community. Last year, our volunteers donated nearly 20,000 hours in support of just our police and fire departments. Their efforts were used to install smoke alarms, participate in crime and fire prevention activities, attended citizen academies, as well as supported community engagement events. The Chandler Fire Department's crisis response team is an example of the important service provided by community volunteers. And this team of highly trained and staff and volunteers are dispatched during emergencies to assist our residents with practical and emotional needs in the aftermath of a traumatic event, so while our first responders can attend to the needs of the scene. I want to ask members of CR 288 to stand and be recognized as well. A few years ago, pension reforms that were implemented by the state were found to be unconstitutional. Every city and town now faces an unfunded liability that must be paid into the retirement system of our police and fire personnel. Some other communities, some of those around us, chose the option to pay off the liability over 30 years, and that included a lot of interest. Chandler chose to pay it back much sooner, and we expect to have our unfunded public PSPRS liability paid off by 2025. I do want to thank our police officers, our firefighters, and we want to let you know that we appreciate the sacrifices you make in service to our community. We stand with you. And this council has made a commitment to stand and fulfill our obligations rather than kick it down the road for public safety retirement systems. And I do want to thank our council as well for creating and making such a strong commitment to public safety and considering our police and fire departments points of pride of our community. Let's change gears again. I want to talk about community engagement in our neighborhoods. Active residents are vital to preserving the quality of Chandler neighborhoods. And thankfully, we have many active and engaged residents. Each year, hundreds of our residents participate in listening tours and programs that educate, empower, and outfit them with resources to address issues facing their neighborhoods. Crime and fire prevention programs prepare residents with information to be an extra set of eyes and ears for our community. Our code enforcement alley maintenance program took an educational approach this last year and attained a 93% compliance rate with the help of our residents. The graffiti elimination team responded to more than 1,000 incidents and worked with my youth commission to increase awareness amongst youth about its negative impacts. ChangeUp gives residents a way to donate via text to organizations that are help ending homelessness. Our homeless navigators also connect people with housing and services in our community. Grant funding covered the renovation cost of the Public Housing Youth Center and the Aspire Read to Succeed tutoring program, which was recognized for its innovative approach to improve the reading skills of first grade students in our public housing sites. Another program, Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, VITA, helped nearly 1,500 low-income residents file their taxes, and it generated more than $1.6 million to these families. Now, I'm telling us now, we're going to shoot for 2,000 residents being helped this year and over $2 million in refunds being returned to the families that need it most. We're also looking at services needed in the future. A community needs assessment is being conducted this year to determine the service needs needed to stabilize Chandler neighborhoods and promote the quality of life for low to moderate income families. At the city, we work very closely with businesses, with nonprofits, and faith-based groups to leverage our resources and serve residents in need through one program started by former Mayor Dunn for our city, Chandler. And today, there are over 100 organizations collaborating together for our city, Chandler. Operation Back to School brought out more than 300 volunteers from 50 organizations as they distributed supplies to prepare Chandler students for their first day of school. Last year's event was the most successful to date. We reached students at 43 schools in the Chandler Unified School District, as well as students in the Kyrene District, at charter schools, and those who are also homeschool students. Let's Pull Together was a great success, with 1,400 volunteers doing yard cleanup at nearly 120 households. Local businesses and 500 students from the Valley Christian High School came together for a program called Pancakes to Pavers. I was mixing pancake batter for that one, to work on a project in downtown to help with several of our nonprofits. Volunteers renovated Gazelle Meadows Park and installed new playground equipment with a grant from Kaboom. And during For Our City Day last year, with $28,000 in donated materials, including $15,000 from Sherwin Williams with paint and supplies, Nearly 700 volunteers descended upon a Chandler neighborhood, and they improved 42 properties and a neighborhood park. So let's look at our next video that we'll talk about for our city, Chandler.
For our city, Chandler is a nonprofit that gathers together all of the nonprofits here in the city, and we come together and we want to make sure that, you know, if you're homeless or if you have a problem, that we have a resource for you.
When we started For Our City 10 years ago, it was a smaller group, and there was a lot of hesitation of how are we going to get everyone to partner together. We're all applying for the same funding, we're all doing the same drives. I just don't think that this collaboration is going to work. Since then, we've grown, and it has just, I think, it exceeded everyone's expectations. We're able to do more together. Bringing together nonprofit organizations, businesses, faith-based organizations, and government, really working together has just made such a larger impact than I think we ever imagined.
Nonprofits in Chandler are stronger when we work together, and I really appreciate being able to work with others who have that understanding and commitment to making our community a better place and willing to work with other nonprofits for the good of our community. Bringing For Our City Chandler into our community really helped with a mechanism for organizing that commitment. Different programs can reach people's needs in different ways. After For Our City Chandler was born, we had the ability to look at how we organize together to make a difference.
It's a very special thing when you have a whole group of people who come together, no matter where they're from or what they're doing, to help one individual. If we can help one individual, we can send that person off, then we can help another person, then we can help another person. But gathering these people from different diversities and economic situations, and knowing that we can help, all of a sudden, you have a success story. And that's what we want to see, a success here in the city.
We as a community are very grateful with every single one of the sponsors because it is a great help to all of the families in our community. We have received a lot of assistance, and I think a way for us to contribute is to give back a bit of what has been given to us. I think the same way my family says, we've received help, we have to say, we have to contribute.
Everybody wants to have the same kind of formula that we have here. The only problem is that you can't have that formula without the people who do the things that they do. And so therefore, it's really hard to duplicate what For Our City Chandler does.
We really felt that we needed to live, work, and play in our city, and we want to be that change for our city. So we like getting involved and making our city a better place.
I like the fact that when we walk out of whenever we have a volunteer opportunity, I like the fact that we feel as though we've helped, we've actually contributed to the community. It's a sense of accomplishment for us.
You never know who you've helped, how far they've gone. It is so good and it's so fulfilling for everyone involved.
To me, that video demonstrates how many hands can make work light. I do want to thank Pastor and For Our City Chandler Director Victor Hardy for your leadership and dedication to our community as well. You see, these partnerships are important to us in Chandler. This facility is another great example of a partnership that has been in place for decades. We share this facility with the Chandler Unified School District as well as Chandler High School. Also in Chandler, we share libraries and aquatic centers with Hamilton and Basha High Schools. The Chandler Center of the Arts is coming off its most successful year in history with 18 sold-out performances and a 45% increase in paid attendance. I moved the State of the City address back here to the center for a variety of reasons. One of them is that this year marks the center's 30th anniversary, and there's some special things that are going to be happening. We have a new marketing brand and website that will launch in about a month. The new brand visually communicates the engaging, welcoming, and innovative space that the center has become. I would like to recognize the Cultural Foundation and our staff for their efforts to raise nearly $200 $175,000 that goes towards supporting cultural and educational programs, securing performers, promoting events, and marketing. On your way out, make sure that you check out the exhibits here and the public art at this center, as well as at the Vision Gallery at another time in downtown Chandler and throughout our community. Just west of here and west of our Chandler Fashion Center, we opened our brand new Chandler Museum just in December. It opened with this brand new beautiful facility, and it has already received multiple awards for exhibits illustrating the history of Japanese internment camps at Sakatone, south of Chandler during World War II. It was a pleasure to welcome officials from the Consulate General of Japan during their visit to the museum and tour this exhibit last month. Chandler is rich in lots of cultures from around the world. We collaborated with cultural organizations and held our very first Dia de los Muertos event last May. We recently hosted multicultural and film festivals, as well as unity events. Culture, as well as language and literacy, are important to the education and livelihood of residents in our community. Fortunately, there's a lot of great things happening at the Chandler Public Library with the launch of their new app, growth in the ebook use, and great success with the summer reading program with the support of the Friends of the Library. This year, all 4 Chandler Public Libraries are being outfitted with interactive early literacy and learning spaces through a grant. These spaces will provide the development of early literacy skills in children with the involvement of their families. Many years ago, past Chandler councils recognized as well the importance of parks and recreational facilities with a vision to have a park in every square mile of our community. And I'm pleased to announce tonight that we just started the planning of the last of these parks, Homestead North. We've also added multi-purpose fields with lights at Tumbleweed Park. We've made renovations to existing parks and baseball fields and multi-purpose fields. And I do want to thank Councilmember Orlando for his commitment and dedication to the quality of life of our residents through the development of the parks, past and present. Another area of public safety and where recreation comes together is water safety in our community. Water safety and drowning prevention are emphasized year-round in Chandler through classes, events, and community walks. Nearly 9,000 people learned to swim this last year at our aquatic centers, and more than 500 of those new swimmers received free swim lessons through grants from SRP, Salt River Project, and the American Red Cross. Our digital presence also improved with a new city website, and we expanded the use of social media. If you've not had a chance to do so yet, I hope that you tune into my weekly Morning Minute with the Mayor. And be sure and check out my new social media pages at Chandler AZ Mayor. Next week, we're going to be conducting Budget Connect. It's an online forum where residents can ask questions and learn more about our budget and financial policies and position. I hope that you'll join us next Thursday at 5 o'clock. You can use the hashtag Budget Chandler. Budget Connect. I knew I was close. I've met a lot of awesome and wonderful people during my time on at City Council and now as mayor. Everyone has a unique history and story about why they came to Chandler. A common thread is that they came and they stayed. Well, or if they left, they also came back. There's something special about this city. And I would like to recognize Councilmember Huang for being an international advocate of what makes Chandler great. And for our last video tonight, let's hear of some of those why Chandler stories.
Why Chandler? Chandler is beautiful, diverse, it's upcoming, it's got amazing people, amazing culture,
My husband and I chose Chandler to plant our roots and raise our family for so many reasons. The schools, the libraries, the parks, the community feel, and most importantly, our kids feel safe in our community.
It just has a really small town feel to it that we really love and that we haven't experienced in any other communities.
Chandler has been a blessing to our family. They gave us the opportunity to be first-time homeowners. They gave our kids the stability that they have now. In our family, we were the first ones to become homeowners, so it was kind of like we did it. Our kids can finally be stable, and they can be kids and just enjoy kid things and not worry about moving and struggling.
I volunteer here at the downtown library, and it is an effort to teach literacy, to help people speak, write, and read English better. It's a free program, and one of the best parts of Chandler is that they have an opportunity like this to volunteer.
And the students that come in are from all levels, and yet Chandler can meet the needs of all of the clients from the city of Chandler. And I believe that that's exceptional among the cities in the greater Phoenix area.
I think Chandler gives a sense of something that's more important. People really have a sense that wherever they're living, there's a community organization. And organizations can be the neighborhoods themselves, all the volunteers that are out here. I mean, why would you not be a part of something that's taking place holistically?
Chandler does value their residents a lot, provides the best customer service that I know. I love Chandler, and unfortunately it's not where I live, but if I had the opportunity, I would be here because I've seen everything that they offer. I've always questioned, why don't we have it?
We decided to locate our business here in Chandler, knowing that there's a great community support for small and local businesses. And we knew at some point, that we were going to open this, and we kind of decided if we couldn't do it in Chandler, we weren't going to do it anywhere.
Chandler is, to me, the epicenter of the valley. I spent a lot of years looking for opportunities for Flick's Brewhouse, and it became really apparent to me that Chandler's where we wanted to be. And then, of course, if you're going to be in Chandler, why would you not want to be downtown with all that is going on here?
It's an amazing place. I love going to the parks because a lot of memories happen here. So this is like my happy place.
Overall, the way the city runs, it gives us a perception of the city that we've got you, residents of Chandler, and residents, you can count on us to guide you to the future.
There is very clearly a vibe in the air. There's a lot that's already happening here, and to get in early enough so that we're along for the ride and also to be able to contribute to that meaningfully is really special, I think. It's a question of why you would not want to be here as opposed to why you chose Chandler.
When we were looking at places to live, we considered Gilbert, we considered Ahwatukee and Chandler, and by far, Chandler exceeded our expectations. Nothing against the other cities that are around us, but Chandler is the best. I really couldn't ask for anything more.
And to our guests from outside, I say again, every city has their unique amenities, and I loved sharing in your stories and celebrating with you, and thank you for doing the same with us tonight. But Chandler is a special place with a lot of great people who care about this community and are invested in its future. And Chandler has achieved the success and lifestyle that we enjoy through the dedication of many talented people. On my desk at City Hall, I have this little sculpture of a turtle on a post. And I have it there intentionally to remind me something. It's to remind me to answer the question, how did that turtle get there? And the answer is, he didn't get there by himself. We haven't gotten here by ourselves, but we've got a long legacy of great people and great leaders that have preceded us who are serving today. And I also see that people ask this brand new mayor, how can I help? I hope they're not thinking that I'm projecting desperation, because I really do have a lot of people that ask me that question. Consider this look wide-eyed wonder. But my answer is this. Apply your talents and get involved in an area that interests you. Get active in your neighborhood or school, or come out to a Forest City Chandler community event. Volunteer at the city or a local nonprofit or at your church or local faith that's doing incredible work. Apply for a board or commission with the city. Involved residents provide the city council and staff with informed and practical advice. You have a voice, and we want to hear it. Tonight, we highlighted people and programs that are making a difference in our community. We talked about our financial stability and the investment and growth in the business community. And we talked about the places and experiences unique to Chandler. We look to the future with optimism, and we know that the state of our city is rock solid. So on behalf of our mayor, me, the mayor, I'm more used to saying that than saying I am mayor. On behalf of the City Council, thank you for being here with us tonight. As mayor, I look forward to continuing to work with you as we take Chandler into new heights and new places. Again, thank you for joining us. God bless you, and be safe in this rain.